Young California.
Ferg. Shout out to Young California. This is Young Harlem represent. You're watching the Rose Delivery with Abby De La Rosa. ASAP.
ASAP Ferg in the building.
What it do?
Your album, Trap Lord.
Trap Lord is in stores right now.
Right now.
Tell your baby mama to get it. Tell your grandfather to get it. Tell everybody to get it. Your godparents, everybody.
What would have to be your favorite song on your album?
Probably have to be Cocaine Castle.
Why?
Just because it's a real song, and I feel like everyone has family members and friends that's fighting vices, that's, you know, they're on drugs and they're trying to, you know, get sober and things like that. And I just feel like it's a real subject to touch bases on. Everybody going to this cocaine castle. You probably see your reverend at this cocaine castle. Hips and prostitutes at this cocaine castle.
When I say Young Harlem, what comes to your mind?
Like a young nigga in Harlem doing it.
Just doing it.
Yeah.
You're from Harlem.
Yep, born and raised. Harlem Hospital.
Now, do you say a lot of your music comes from just your influences from there, or?
Not a lot of it, but like some of it.
Some of it?
Yeah. My hustle comes from Harlem though.
Okay.
Yeah, my hustle and my style.
Shabba ranks, shabba ranks. 8 gold rings like I'm shabba ranks.
Who are like the founding fathers of the ASAP mob?
The founding fathers would have to be ASAP Yams and ASAP Bari. Me and Rocky joined it a year later. ASAP Rocky he encouraged me to rap because we was all hanging out, like, and we was calling ourselves ASAP before this rapping stuff started.
Where did ASAP? Why ASAP?
Because we always was striving and prospering.
ASAP murder, ride with the mob. Quicker than an eye, cause you rhyme with a star.
So Trap Lord, when did that transition happen from like ASAP, Ferg, now I'm just gonna dub myself Trap Lord?
Well, Trap Lord was a name that my friends always called me because I was always like trapping, like always coming up with a different hustle to make money. And Trap Lord basically means me being the lord of my trap, and my trap is rap, so I'm the lord of it.
So you call your fans Trap Lordians?
They're not even fans, they're fams. I like to call my fans family now. So, you know, they're all lords in their own way. Everybody got a special uniqueness about them. I like to say they all have a little bit of lord in them.
What's your uniqueness?
My uniqueness is just being able to innovate hip-hop and bring creativity to hip-hop.
Do you think being young in your 20s that was a lot of pressure to even grasp that concept, like I'm gonna innovate hip-hop, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna really put on for Harlem?
In the beginning, it is kind of pressure because you just don't know where to take it or like where to begin to take it, because you know from my standpoint, I know I want to do something different for hip-hop, but like I didn't know where to start. That's where the pressure comes in. But as far as like what people were gonna think about it and things like that, you know, everybody not gonna like it. You know, there's people that's gonna love it. You know, this is for people that love it.
Yeah.
When did you really find hip-hop to be your true muse and your passion?
Once I figured out that I didn't need to buy any supplies and things like that to make hip-hop, that's when I was like, okay, I could just do this without buying leather to like, or buying a canvas to like paint on and things like that. Like, it just comes naturally. Like, I could just write around and go to the studio and lay it down. Most I would have to pay for is just like session time. But like, you know, when I was doing clothes or like when I was painting shirts, I would have to like buy t-shirts, I would have to buy like fabrics and things like that, or leather to get it sewn up and things like that. And it came up to a lot of money. And just flipping that type of art is harder to do than music, because with music you could just come up off your head, come up with a dope idea, and then go to the booth and lay it down.
So you just always had rhymes, like you just always, it was natural.
Yep.
To get behind that mic and just spit something.
Exactly.
Do you remember the first song you ever made?
Well, I don't remember the first song I made, but I remember the first poem I wrote. The first poem I wrote was, "History is above me. I do not see from the seat from out the door. I'm not for. It's time to go because it is cold because it is North Pole." It didn't mean shit. It don't mean shit, but it meant everything to me.
Was it coming from like a deep place, maybe, or?
I thought it was deep back then. Like, I was like, ooh, like this is like a punchline right here, but it was just me being a kid and experimenting with, you know, poetry and raps and rap.
Do you say that LA is a big influence in hip hop, or do you think a lot of the roots from hip hop stem from where you're from?
Definitely think the roots stemmed like from, because it started in the Bronx, you know, but LA definitely brought like a different dynamic to hip hop, you know, as far as Snoop, NWA, Eazy-E, you know what I'm saying, that whole West Coast vibe. And New York piggybacked off of that, because if you listen to Ready to Die with Biggie, he was listening to a lot of like Tupac and Dr. Dre, and you can hear that within his music. So like I think we evolve, and we're inspired by one another to make like better music.
Do you think East Coasters would be upset that you just put like LA, like Biggie was listening to Tupac, or just things like that? Like, do you think that that's safe for you to say, or that would upset some East Coast?
It's the truth,
yeah.
Whether it upsets people or not. Like, just like the truth is, hip hop started in the Bronx, New York. You can't get mad at that. You can't never get mad at the truth. It is what it is.
Young California, Abby De La Rosa, that was your rose delivery. ASAP Ferg.
Put it in
Put it in work.
Put him in the
What?
put him in the